Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a big book unhaul. And I say big book unhaul, but it's really, it's quite a few books, but considering how many I have, I really need to get rid of some more. But this is just what I could part with for now, and I'm going to have to continue to go through my books because I came to the realization the other day that I have a decent library down the road, and we get so many library books every month that I'm not even reading a lot of these books, and I can usually find what I really need, at least from the library. So I don't know, I just basically I need to get rid of some books. I need to just let go and let them go find another home. So these are the books that I'm getting rid of from my personal shelves. I need to get rid of some more. I need to go through some more, but this is just what I found this weekend while we were purging some stuff. And then I still need to go through the kids' books and get rid of a lot of their stuff too. But this is what I'm getting rid of. And I'm going to start off with Isolation by Travis Thrasher. Now, no, I didn't. I didn't read this. I was going to say, I think I read this, but I didn't. Don't even ask me what it's about. I've had it for years. I think it was something my mom gave me to read. So I hate to be mean, but because my mom gave it to me, that's one of the reasons that I'm getting rid of it and not even bothering to read it. And that's going to sound really mean. It's just that our book styles are different, and a lot of what she gives me is Christian fiction, which I just am not a fan of. And I think this kind of falls into that category. It's like a thriller type Christian book, and I don't like to read those kinds of books. I just don't. So I'm getting rid of this. Sorry, Mom. Another one in that same kind of category is 10,000 Charms by Allison Pittman. And I think I did actually read this, and I enjoyed it sort of, at the time that I was reading it. It was another Christian fiction for my mom, and it was okay, but nothing that I want to hang on to. The next one is Ancient Ireland, The User's Guide by Conan Kennedy. And this is just about ancient Ireland. And I got this to be sort of informational for myself. I think at the time that I ordered this, I wanted to know more about just that kind of subject. And truthfully, I never read it. It's not something I'm going to get to, and I can probably find something similar at the library, so there's no reason for me to hang on to it. Another one is Gideon the Cutpurse by Linda Buckley Archer. And it kind of has this cool cover, and it's really pretty, and that's basically the only reason I've ever hung on to it. I've never read it. Can't tell you what it's about. And just, it's a YA book, I think. It's what it says on the back. But simply because I've had it for over 7 years and have never read it and never bothered picking it up, not intrigued at all, it's just time to go. It's time to go. The next one is Takedown by W.G. Griffiths. Another kind of like mom gifted one. Now, I feel bad because I feel like I'm trashing my mom. She has given me some good books. Some of them I've read, and some of them I just don't. She just passes them on to me. She usually receives them for free and reads them and gives them to me. And, like I said, we just have different tastes. And she knows that, she brings me huge boxes and knows that I'm not going to read them all. So it's really okay. I'm not being mean to my mom here. But, again, another one, I don't know what it's about exactly, except for I think it's another Christian thriller fiction that I'm just never going to read. I've had it for years, and I'm never going to read it. Okay, another one. The Oath by Frank Peretti. Again, I don't know what it's about. I've had it for years. I've read the back several times, thought about picking it up, and am not interested. And yeah, I have to get rid of some books. I have to get rid of them, and this just didn't make the cut. I mean, like I said, I don't even know what it's about, but I didn't pay for it. It was free, so I have no problem just passing it on to someone that would want to read it. Now, this one I actually got this year, The Pollinator's Corridor, a graphic novel by Aaron Burke, and it's volume 1. It actually is really beautiful on the inside and seems, I mean, it seems really interesting for someone that would be interested in reading a graphic novel about pollinators in a city. But I don't know, just the fact that I have never looked at it again in like the 6 months that I've had it just shows me that I don't really need it. I don't need it. So I should have never bought it. I think it was only 50 cents though, so not too much of a loss. Now this next one, Enemy Women by Paulette Giles, I read this year. If you recall, it was the book that my chicken picked out of a jar. If you ever watched that video. So I finally read this. It was something that had been sitting on my shelf for a while. It was a Civil War sort of love story type deal. But I read it and I don't regret reading it. But it wasn't that impressive either. And it's not something I'll ever see myself reading again. And it's not something that I really want to pass on to someone else or keep for my kids or anything. So it's going to go to, like I said, an okay book, but not one I'm ever going to read again. It's just one of those that you're just like not attached to it at all. Okay, Love Comes Softly by Janet Oakey. I've read a lot of Janet Oakey books. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Or Janet Oak, but I say Oakey. And I enjoyed them, but they're not that memorable for me. They're just kind of like, these are Christian books, by the way, and they're kind of like, just like book candy for your brain, something to sit down and enjoy a little bit, but not really. They weren't like lasting, they didn't leave any lasting impressions for me or anything like that. So someone else will enjoy this book. Oh, another Jeanette Oakey book, Once Upon a Summer. Again, similar to the last one. Someone else will enjoy it now. I read both of those years ago and have never picked them up again. And I never will, so. Let's see, another one is The Storekeeper's Daughter by Wanda Brunstetter. And this is, for a while, I kind of got into, books about Amish people, like Amish fiction, Amish Christian fiction, which was, I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago when I was reading these types of books. So again, something that is just sat on my shelf and will not be picked up again. So, okay. The next one that I'm going to be unhauling and getting rid of is Steps to Recovery from Bible Abuse by Dr. Rimbert Trellock. And this one, I picked it up, I think I got it off Amazon, so I didn't really know too much about it. It just, where I was in my life, I was looking at books like this and trying to really figure out where I stood spiritually. And I flipped through this and it was semi-helpful, but nothing amazing. So I'm just going to get rid of it and let someone else maybe gain more from it than I was able to. Okay, we're dwindling down the pile here. The next one is Appalachia. Let's see. By Irene Brand, Gina Fields, Joanna Grote, and Catherine Runyon. So it's by 4 different authors. I've never read this. The only reason I've kept it on my shelf is because I like the cover and because it was called Appalachia. But after looking it up on Goodreads and just reading the description, it's not something that I could ever see myself reading or would want to read. So I'm getting rid of that. And the last book that I'm unhauling today is The Official Lamaze Guide, Giving Birth with Confidence by Judith Lothian and Charlotte DeVry. So I'm just getting rid of this because I've already read it. I read it years and years and years ago, and I just don't need it anymore. It's not something I've ever flipped through again, and someone else could use it and love it and get more use out of it. So those were all the books that I'm unhauling today, which, I mean, I feel like that was a pretty decent pile, but not really too much of a dent in my collection, but we got to start somewhere, right? So yeah, let me know what you think of the books I unhauled. Maybe don't tell me about any that you thought were super amazing that I should keep, because I really need to get rid of these books. But let me know if you have read any of them and what you thought. It'll be interesting to see if you really loved a book that I'm not interested in or didn't like. I mean, it's not going to make enemies out of us or anything. Just personally, you know, what I need to get rid of. And how do you handle bringing in too many books into your space and like getting just overcrowded with books? I'm definitely a book collector, and I need to like really step back and be more discerning about what I bring into our house to try to keep forever. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.